Parashat Korach, this is the one about the arguments. Every decent rabbi will speak about the ills and the terrible nature of arguments that destroy societies, destroy families. What was Korach fighting about? Well, he seemed to disapprove of the priesthood of the Kahuna. On the other hand, he wanted to be the Kohen Gadol. Everybody's holy, so why do we need an institution? On the other hand, he was angry that Aaron had grabbed the role for himself. Moshe was the leader, Aaron the high priest. Why are you chapping all the great jobs? So what was it? Did he reject it? Does he want it? Seems very, very complicated. Beyond that, the name itself, Korach, synonymous with divisiveness, with disunity, connected with the concept of boldness. There was a spread, and along comes a Korach and makes a gap in between the nation. Why are we naming a Sedra, a parasha in the Torah, after such a bad person? His end was so terrible as well. Why would we name a Sedra after Korach, and what is exactly going on? So, Lubavitcher Rabbi, his Yortzeit is next week, Be'ezras Hashem, as understood by Rabbi Sachs in his Torah studies book, quotes the Hasidic giant, the master Noam Elimelech of Lizhansk, Zuchusa Yogen Aleinu, his merit protects us, and he looks at this idea of Vis Paleg, of splitting, of divisiveness, and connects it to an earlier narrative, one that we're all familiar with, day 2 of the creation story. Water was everywhere, and Hashem in the creation story divided between the upper waters and the lower waters. There was heaven and there was earth. 2 distinct zones, spirituality and physicality. What does Korach want? Korach only saw separation between people. He understood that there were people down here on earth doing physical things, good physical things, maybe physical things that led to spiritual consequences, and there were those who dabbled purely in heavenly matters in the world of ruchnius, of spirituality. The Kohanim split from the physical world, but at the same time, the role of Aaron, the high priest, the Kohen Gadol, was to draw people up. But haloschas haneres, when you light those candles, light people's spirituality and draw them up to the heavens. Don't leave people languishing down here on earth. Korach couldn't understand that division and how that division works. His aim was to divide the people like the waters were divided, waters below and waters above. But remember, from that creation narrative, doesn't say ki tov. From the perspective of the divine, there is nothing good in division. It wasn't until day 3 that we have pa'amayim ki tov. Then things went into action. The division was finalized. There was heaven, there was earth, there was land, there was the sky. Then we can speak about ki tov. But until that happened, there's no ki tov in division. We too, says Rabbi Sachs, need to connect heaven with earth. B'chol dirachecha da'ehu. Know Hashem in all your ways, of course. Every time we do something physical, absolutely bring God into the equation. And those that are dedicated to Torah and Tefillah should make sure they do that with their entire being. But we need to fuse those two. Act godly in the physical world. Set fixed times for Torah study. The division of heaven and earth must not come about. The peace of Torah comes through the division, by elevating ourselves and making space for God on earth, by bringing together heaven and earth, recognizing there are divisions, but elevating and bringing God into our world. And that way those divisions can serve as a reminder. And the name of the Seder reminds us of the need for divisions, but the need to create a fusion between them. Shabbat Shalom.